friends, this is the Kryptonian taking a look at AAVE. I think AAVE has a lot of potential, guys, but what I'd like to point out here is that this is long term. Okay. Number one, long term. Number two, this is not financial advice. Now, the market has been going up and up and up, Bitcoin up for months, right? There will be a nasty pullback sometime coming in the future, not long from now, possibly in some weeks. But yeah, but anyway, on a longer scale, I think Aave really has a lot of potential, and we'll get into it here shortly. But um, taking a look at the daily, let's take a look at the daily. Starting off on the daily, we see here we came from about $50, right, and had this nice run up here. And currently we're running into this resistance area, right? Resistance area that's looking pretty strong here. Multiple lines of resistance. Now, this kind of depends on Bitcoin as to where Aave is going to go, right? I mean, if if Bitcoin has a pullback, Aave will obviously pull back along with the rest of the market, right? Aave is a altcoin, and so altcoins do perform better than Bitcoin at certain times. And but the downside is they pull back and lose more when Bitcoin is pulling back. So what do we see? We see here on this daily candle, this candle is looking like a gravestone. Gravestone is a candle that shows that there is a lot of sell volume. They try to move the price forward, cannot, it gets rejected, and that is a top or a local top signal, right? So that being said, we see that we had a nice move up here, and then now we did have a bounce here right off of this $69.29 area. And when you take a look at the entire move here, we did have a little breakout above this diagonal line. Whether we can hold that or not, I really have my doubts, especially with Bitcoin. Like for example, Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin 31,168. Bitcoin is already pulling back into the range, right? Now, whether it's going to push back higher and then stay above uh, this line, this yellow line, not really sure. But uh, you know, right now the alts went crazy, of course, and that's because Bitcoin broke out here, and XRP had the best news ever, right? It's really about XRP. Um, excuse me. But this is, in my opinion, this looks like a liquidity grab and a deviation within the range, and I think we're going to actually come back down. I don't think Bitcoin's going to be going much higher right now. I may be wrong, but based on what Bitcoin does, if Bitcoin holds the range here, then Aave will hold the range. If Bitcoin comes down, Aave will come back down. Keep that in mind. Now, that being said, Aave on the weekly, take a look on the weekly here. On the weekly is very interesting, right? Look at this, guys. This is classic sideways consolidation here, right? Now, there's a very, very strong foundation here at 50.74 to 54. So what I like about Aave is it's so well defined, and something that's well defined is rare in crypto. uh, Maybe outside of Bitcoin and some of the others, but uh, there's a lot of uncertainty when you're talking about crypto, and so for crypto, I think Aave has great structure, great structure, and so you can see here, taking a look back at the history, we are now starting to bottom, right? Bottom and sideways consolidation is great for accumulation, and that's what's going on. All of this is accumulation here, right? And that is for preparation for a move higher, right? Some time at a later time, maybe I don't know, the end of the year, the Q1 of next year, whatever. Um, Longer term, because this is the weekly chart, by the way, this will start moving a lot higher. And so I do feel that AAVE has a lot of potential. And you can see here that the projection is over time moving higher here, right? And again, this projection is the moving average, not the price, right? The price is too volatile. That's why I coded the moving average, the prediction to be on the moving average, not on the price. Um, it's easier to project a moving average than it is a price. Price is so volatile, especially in crypto. So, but anyway, that being said, friends, I do believe that this has a lot of potential, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. Currently on the weekly, 54, which is slightly bullish, slightly a hair above neutral right now, and the EMA trend is still bearish. You can see that we're coming out of a red cloud here, and this is the perfect time to start paying attention because we're starting to have a rounded out bottom, and then this is when, at a later time, this is when it starts to rise like that, and that's where your profits come in. Currently, when we take a look at, let's take a look at while we're on the weekly, let's take a look at the Kryptonian volatility mod. Now, okay, so you can see here that we did have the impulse down from here to here, and the volatility mod picked that up, and you can see that this is that blue line, right? And then we went into a reversal, which is the yellow line. It was still below the moving average, but it looks like it's wanting to start pushing higher above that moving average uh, not long from now, possibly some weeks, and that gives you time to accumulate. That gives you time um, to prepare for the next big push over the next months, right? So plenty of time to accumulate this at this time. Now remember, if you're looking at a short-term time horizon, yeah, it's going to be volatile. It's going to be risky. Long-term, this is the kind of this is the kind of asset that you can just accumulate weekly, long-term, and the averages, what's called the law of averages, will then uh, give you the best price over a long term, right? When you average in a position, especially like weekly or every few days, or um, you know, especially when it's in sideways consolidation, you get a great price, right? So, but remember, Bitcoin at some time will have a nasty pullback, 25%, 40%, 30%. That's typical in a bull market, and the alts will get just totally destroyed, right? So whether AAVE at that time will make a new low, I don't think so. It depends on how severe the pullback is going to be. So let's take a look at some numbers. From this point, let's take it from this top here. If we move down, 30% is just back down to the bottom range where we've already had three support price movements, right? 35% is down here at 54, right? A little bit lower, we can break that, go down to 50, or maybe even have a nasty, liquidity grab down to, I don't know, 40, right? That would be a 55% discount. And I say discount because that's really what it is. I mean, Aave's here to stay. Aave's in the market, been in the market for a long time. It's a larger cap project asset. So um, this, coming back down to this bottom support band at 54, 55, 50, between 50 and 55, That to me would hold, and that would probably be your best case scenario for an entry. Again, not financial advice, but yeah, I really like this one. I'm going to be paying attention to this one, and I am going to possibly start dollar cost averaging into this one. Not sure if I want to wait for Bitcoin to kind of do its thing. If Bitcoin doesn't have a major pullback until a lot longer, a lot farther away from time from now, then this one actually could have a breakout, push to the upside, and look where the next resistance is 110. 110. So if Bitcoin has a continuation and pushes up into the high 30s, mid to high 30s, maybe even low 40s, something like that for liquidity grab, you're looking at 35 to 37% increase in AAVE, right? So that is a awesome risk reward. Um, Although I do believe that there will be some kind of a pullback before we get there. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the lower time frame of the daily, right? Daily is pretty much a standard time frame. And again, if you're curious, if you're new, probably everybody at this point will be new because it's a new channel. I'm not really new. I just if you've watched previous videos, I somehow was locked out of my previous channel, and so now I have to start a new channel. Anyway, so taking a look at the daily is projected to have a pullback. That's what these green dots are. And you can see here on the daily on our uh, volatility mod, and this is a proprietary volatility mod. You're not going to find this uh, anywhere else. I created this, I coded this. So the move up ended right around here, okay? And now we're going into what's potentially sideways consolidation. So a pullback to 69, I think, probably will happen unless Bitcoin continues higher. Then of course AAVE will continue higher and possibly hit the 80s, 90s, or 100. And depends on how high and how long Bitcoin pushes up for. But right now we have a range, right? We have this range of consolidation, and I believe that the range will come back down to 69, 68, 70, and then back up and do this possibly, right? Or the other scenario would be coming back down to 60, 57, something like that, and then pushing back up again, right? So either way, I think, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, I think there's a lot of opportunity here if you know how to dollar cost average in, right? Anyway, so now when the line turned yellow, you see we're in a sideways consolidation and we are in a um, contraction, what I call a contraction state, right? And you can see that up here. On the Cryptonian suite, you see all of this, the expansions, the contractions, the strength of price, RSI. Right now, RSI looking good, 64, right? Um, the trend is bullish. You can see that we're in this green cloud, right? And so it's pretty obvious that the trend is up, right? So whenever you see something like that, you want to be buying on the pullbacks, right? And the pullback is whenever you see a green cloud, right? Something like this. Preferably, you want to time the bottom as much as you can. Now, if you're dollar cost averaging for long term, that's less important. But you do want to buy when you have a red cloud. Average in during those times. so that when you have fluctuations or pushes to the upside, deviations to the upside, you'll be in profit. And if you need to, you can take a little bit of profit. But I would say dollar cost averaging in right now, after the next pullback, or something like this. If we're going to consolidate, then you want a dollar cost average along this line here. If we hold this 69, $68. That being said, long term, looking into next year and to the next bull run, I think AAVE is going to crush it. AAVE is going to do really well, and if you prepare now, you're going to do really well. So anyway, but there will be a pullback. Just don't know the immediate pullback price point, $69, $70. If that breaks, then we're looking at let's see here. Let's see where the top has yeah, okay, there you go. So if there is a break of that line, let me move this over so I can show you guys a little bit easier. I don't want to make a very long video. Uh, Seems like YouTube seems to favor, and viewers seem to favor a shorter video. So um, the first point of pullback, 69.70, right here at that support line that we just broke, and uh, and then if that breaks, if we come down and break through, then I would say the next point would be point of support is going to be right here at the bottom of the cloud at 65.72, 65 around in this area. This is where the golden pocket is, Fibonacci golden pocket. Actually, you know what? Hold on. No, 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 no. Hold on. Let me. No, that range is not quite accurate. Let me do this because the auto fib is on a longer. Okay, there we go. All right. So pulling back from here, the golden pocket is right here, right below that line. Okay. Um, Not much of a difference, but I want to be accurate when I'm doing my TA. So 60, 61, 60, 60 around in that area is going to be your golden pocket, your 0.61 fib retracement. And that would actually, if that happens, you come down into this area, consolidate, and then move back up. That would give you a little, a little head and shoulder, reverse head and shoulders, right? So you'd have the shoulder, the head, and then consolidation, another shoulder, and then that would be actually bullish for another move higher. Again, you want to be paying attention to the volatility, and the Cryptonian suite makes that easy. And that's why I love this. Is you can see here, you can see the fluctuation and the transition. It makes it so much easier to know when that's coming. So you can see here, we went into a light blue background, and that is showing you expansion and strength. And that was that down move here. Well, you saw the reversal when the line turned from blue to yellow. Blue is a strong expansion in whatever direction, whether it's up or down. It shows you that in this case it was down. See, here's the direction that's down, and you can see your move to the downside. The line is blue, and then it turns yellow right here. It turns yellow right here, right? And this gives you your transition area. And if you were to enter there, you would have nailed the bottom and then right back up. And then that move ended right here on this red candle. And that's because we had another expansion to the upside here, right? And it turned yellow right there on this candle, on this red candle. So that shows you that the move is over and you're looking for sideways consolidation. That's why I don't think we're going to be pushing like crazy high or anything like that. We're up against this resistance. We're in a contraction, not expansion phase. And so that's why you're seeing on the daily, you're seeing this candle that is looking like it's going to go red and get rejected. That's actually what's called a gravestone candlestick, and that gravestone candlestick is a sign that the trend will reverse and the trend is over. So, and you know that already if you're looking at the Kryptonian volatility mod, because it's already showing you by turning yellow that impulse move to the upside is over. And then now what we're doing is just waiting for this to resolve, the contraction to resolve. So volatility will come down, and sometime in the future will turn green and blue again, and then move up over the moving average, and then that's when you're going to have your next push up. Now, you're never guaranteed a big move like this, and you're never guaranteed, you know, a certain percentage of move, but at least you know where and when it's coming, right? So I love that. In the future, I'm going to be programming this into automated system. That's the goal. And so again, if I get a certain amount of subscribers to this channel, uh, then I will offer these tools to my subscriber base, right? So just wanted to give a little bit of incentive to to viewers to subscribe, and of course, it grows the channel. And starting at zero again, I really need that, right? So do me a favor, if you think this information is informative and educational and valuable, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and click the like. It's free. It helps the YouTube algorithm find and promote my channel and my videos. So I appreciate all the help. I'm going to end it here. Like I said, on the weekly, looking excellent. I think most likely we're going to have a pullback back to this line, maybe test it, and possibly hold that and move higher if indeed the market doesn't dump. Um, or we could just come back down, put another low in, but a higher low, and then start moving higher from that point in time. So it is excellent opportunity. Like I said, it's just you can see right here where AAVE is putting in this bottom with consolidation, right? Doing this, and then you would expect, just like a spring, it coils up and all of this energy is stored, and then it springs higher, right? So that's because you have a lot of big players, a lot of whales and big players accumulating here at this point in time. And what they do is they buy down here and they sell up here, and then they buy again down here and sell up here, and that increases their position in the market, right? And on the weekly, you can see that we're in contraction here on the weekly. So that's another reason why I don't think we're going to be breaking out above this area. We could go to 89, but I think at that point, um, you know, it's going to be pretty much over, and then we'll roll over and have a pullback. So, and then on the weekly, what we're going to be looking for is that change in color on the volatility mod from yellow to blue, and then that's going to be another impulsive move to the upside. That's not coming for probably for a few weeks to many weeks, well, a few to several weeks away. But yeah, but again, excellent time to be looking at AAVE and dollar cost averaging for the long term. The next bull run coming up in the next bull cycle, which we're a little bit more than a year away, probably a year away around then. And that's the best time statistically to start entering into the market, right? And the best way is to dollar cost average so you get the best price. So anyway, thanks friends. Thanks for watching. Please smash the like, and we'll see you in the next video.